Okay, it is May 14th. It has been raining like every day up until like yesterday and the day before, and it seemed like it was raining on days I was home, couldn't get into the hives then, and on the days that we had sunshine, I had to work. So this is going to be the first time I've gotten into the hives since I installed them all, which been a while. So if you want to see what the perfect storm of what can happen when you don't check your hives, you don't maintain your hives, just stick around, because I'm afraid it's going to get ugly. We already know that the top bar hive is a complete mess. I haven't uploaded that video yet, but I will before I upload this one. So if you're a regular viewer, you may have already seen how big a mess that is. Today I forgot my tripod, so I'll be using this GoPro on my chest harness, and I'm gonna try to set the other GoPro up, just I don't know, on a nearby hive or something. Maybe I can get it to so I can have two views, but most of the footage you're going to see is probably going to be from the chest harness on this video, on this GoPro. Smoker's going pretty good this morning. That's good. It's about 10 o'clock, so it's not too early. Some of the foragers should be out looking for nectar right now. I've seen quite a bit of activity on most of the hives. Actually, I don't see any activity on the top bar hive. So, and it may just be that my eyes are not good enough to see that far away. But anyway, I'm gonna finish putting on my stuff, and the camera will be on in just a minute. Okay, I forgot that I'm not even sure what you would call this, selfie stick or whatever, GoPro adjustable stick thingy has a built-in tripod that you can put on the bottom. So I will have a kind of a tripod, so maybe I can get some decent footage. I may have to put a bucket out there or something to set this on, because this is only a couple of feet, maybe 2 feet high. But anyway, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so let me get what I need. Put my hive tool in my back pocket. I need my frame rack or frame holder or whatever they call that thing. Alright, I guess we're just going to go in order of newest to oldest, because the newest one's right here behind me, and that's the hive that had the swarm in, that swarm trap. Most of the foragers actually went back to the original place where the swarm trap was, and they're in the swarm trap again, because I put them. I was going to put the swarm trap up. Well, while I was there, they found the swarm trap, so I've got to close that up again and try to transfer them again. And I may just end up having to let that small group of bees just die off if I want to keep them. Where I want them instead of where they want to go. Okay. Let's see how. Oh, I forgot to put the. I hope I forgot to put the concrete block up there, because it's not there. So, see how this little hive is doing. I'm gonna push this button here. Now I have no idea how that's going to look because it's not nearly as nearly high enough. So, but there's some activity going on, and this one didn't have a inner cover either, so they've probably propolized it to the box. I still hadn't been able to pick up an inner cover. Well, there's several bees, and that wasn't a very big swarm, so it's actually looking pretty promising. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot my buckets. I got a bucket that I can go get. A bucket to sit on where my back doesn't hurt me the rest of the day. I'm afraid, oh no, I do see some activity on the top bar hive. Not much, but some. I'm afraid the top bar hive is going to end up being such a mess that I end up having to just basically tear all the comb out and make them start over. I hope not. That's going to be a mess if I do. But with the top bar hive, you can't really let them just do what they want to do. Alright, here we go. Oh, that is, I need to, oh my gosh, my knee. Oh yeah, that's going to be, okay. No queen on the lid. Well, I don't need a honey super on this one yet because they haven't even drawn out all the comb. Come on. Yeah, that was one of those frames that I slathered with wax, so they haven't drawn it out yet. They're not in any big hurry. I'm just hoping. See, that's comb. That's drawn out comb. They should have already. I'm hoping that she's still in here. I hope that they haven't, that she hasn't left and gone back to the original swarm trap. This is starting to feel like it's got some weight to it. So yeah, there's some nectar. So here's one of the swarm trap frames that has no foundation, that they drew it out. Oh, really, Mike? Whew, well, they propolized that one down. I need to. They don't look like they've done much work to it, because from what I remember, that was about how much comb there was on that. So, oh, come on, Mike. I really need to get out here and mow this apiary too, because it's overgrown. I put it off because I didn't want to disturb the bees when they're newly here. That one's got a little weight to it. Let's see what it's got. It's got nectar in it. On the top, it's got bee bread and honey. Yeah, that's all bee bread and honey. Now, I do remember seeing the queen here, so there should be a queen in this box. So far, I haven't seen any evidence that she's laying, which is not very comforting. Oh, there's some brood. And this is new brood because she this was drawn out comb, but it was definitely not her brood. So the queen's in here and laying, or has been in the last, I guess, 8 days or 9 days. I don't see queen yet. I found her pretty easy the other day when I installed them, so she's not like she's extra small or anything like that. Here's some, I'm not even sure what these look like. New frames. Whoops. I know. Oh, this is some of their comb. This is their comb that there's some new uncapped brood. There's a lot of eggs and brood in that. I think I need to tilt my camera just a tad. I don't see the queen on that. Luckily, knock on wood, this swarm that I caught seems to be a whole lot more docile than the last swarm I caught. That last swarm I caught in that same swarm trap and everything, same location, swarm trap and everything. It ended up being a really aggressive hive, and I ended up requeening it because I know I'm not that experienced as a beekeeper, but oh man, I did not want to have to mess with that hive. So I actually gave the queen to somebody else. She didn't make it though. We got her as it was starting to rain, so I still haven't seen the queen. Still haven't seen the queen. They're sure not getting in any hurry about building comb though. I may end up having to feed this bunch. I didn't bring my sugar water jug with me. I'll have to go back to the shop and get my jug of sugar water and bring it down here and fill up the feeder. Luckily, I've got a entrance feeder, so I don't have to worry about open feeding them. I don't see the queen. I don't see any eggs in there either. Or is that looks like bee bread to me. There she is, right there. She's big. You can definitely tell her from the other ones. Looks like they're starting to draw that last frame out, but they haven't done it yet. They're in the process. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out and see what it looks like. They're starting to draw it out. There's a lot of wax in there though. I slathered these with wax. So hopefully they'll continue to draw that out. The queen was on the second frame, so that's kind of unusual. But right now they're pretty much still housekeeping because they're new. Okay, y'all need to get down in there. Starting to get a few of them mad at me. I've got a lot of maintenance to do today on these hives. I got to take the entrance reducers off a couple hives behind me, and probably need to put honey supers on them. I need to check the honey supers on the other hives to see if they need more honey supers. I'm hoping they need honey supers, because I sure would like to get a little bit of honey this year, even though basically I'm starting all over. Okay, I think they're fanning just to get all the smoke out of there. You can hear them there. They don't sound like they're happy, but I need to, since they're not since there's not an inner cover, y'all need to get off of here and kind of set down. This is a homemade outer cover I made. It's way too big. So, alright, well, queen right, she is laying. They're not getting any hurry about drawing out comb, but story of my life. So we're gonna come down here. I think I'm gonna take the entrance reducer off of this hive. Okay. Let's see how this works. Okay. First thing I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna pull that entrance reducer. It don't look like a lot of activity though. That's not making me all feel all warm and fuzzy inside. It actually feels pretty heavy. So I know you're supposed to take that protective covering off of the outer cover when you buy them, but I figured, hey, it's a protective cover. Why take it off? Just leave it. So yeah, there's a little more activity than I thought there was. I don't know if I need to feed these hives either, because from what I hear, there's a pretty good flow on right now. Wow. That may mean there's a hive full of bees. And if there is, I may need to put a honey super in here just to give them some room. Well, they found a propolis. Golly. Yeah, they found the propolis. I don't see the queen in on that. One good thing so far, knock on wood, is that they've all been pretty, I won't say docile, but they haven't been overly aggressive. This is from the nuke that I got from Greg. So this one is going to be, I'm going to put this over here. This is going to be Greg's bees. And I'm not sure, I'll have to ask Greg if I get to go to the meeting tonight, if this one might be out of a buckfast queen. Him and a couple other guys They went together and bought some buckfast queens last year, and I don't know if this is out of that stock or not. They're supposed to be pretty docile and good layers and good honey makers. Well, that's what I expected to see on the end frame, the honey. I don't expect to see the queen. That's honey. I don't expect to see the queen or brood or anything. So, okay guys, yeah, these are starting to get irritated, isn't it? I got a couple of them buzzing me now. Thought I was going to get out of here without getting buzzed over too much. Well, there's a queen cup start. I don't see anything in it, so until it becomes something more, I'm not going to mess with it. That's one thing I'm looking for today too, is queen cells, because it's been a while since I've been in here and I really don't want these things to swarm. I don't see a queen in here. I'll put these two frames out here, and the rest of them I'm just going to move down. Now these are my frames, or yeah, these are my frames that I put in here that to add on. That's all bee bread that I can see. Nectar and honey, or honey and pollen. I don't see any eggs in there either. Yeah, no, there's no eggs in there that I can see, so I'm hoping that they're getting that ready. Now some of those frames were drawn out, but they were nasty, so I may have to do quite a bit of housekeeping on them to use them. So maybe that's where we're at now. They look pretty good for now. Ooh, that's kind of heavy. That's a lot of brood right there. I think that's probably hatching out. That's one of those. They're putting bee bread back in the brood space. That is not good. I don't want them to. There's brood space. There's brood. I don't see the queen. A lot of brood, a lot of capped brood. There's some new brood that's not capped. All on the edge of the capped brood. There's new brood. I don't particularly like this yellow foundation, the yellow plastic foundation. It's harder for me to see the eggs, which it's hard enough for me to see them anyway without the foundation blending in, or them blending into the foundation. I like the black foundation just because it's easier to see eggs. Now, I had taken Greg some frames. I don't know if these are his frames originally. No, these are his frames originally, because that's an acorn frame, and I don't have any. I didn't have any acorn. All mine were Man Lake plastic frames. All my plastic frames were Man Lake. Alright. I don't see any queen. I see a queen cup on the very edge. And I see some drone cells along the bottom. But I don't see Yeah, I don't see anything that makes me think of a queen. See, a queen cell. That one right there might be. That one, no, that's not either. That's a. No, that's a start of a queen cup. So it was that. So. All right, this is all hatching out. I don't see that she's laid back in it yet. Queen cup, start of one right there, start of one right there. If I'm not mistaken, the swarm cups are on the bottom of the frame, so the emergency queen cells are on the middle, in the middle of the frame. But so I want to take care of those right now and see if I can. I may end up having to put a honey super on here just to give them a little more room there. I think somebody said when they're 80%, when it's 80% full, you need another box or honey super or whatever. Just as far as bees go, it's about 80%. That's heavy. There she is right there. Solid brood pattern. So I've seen her. Let me see her again. Where'd she go? Probably on the other side of the. Oh well, I saw her. There she is right there. Okay, dear, I'm gonna get you back in there. She's scrambling around and all she's worth. Okay, y'all need to get out of the way. I found the queen, so next I'm just trying to make sure there's no queen cells. I don't want no swarming going on. Oh man, that's heavy. And that's heavy because it's full of brood. Wow. Wow. Yeah, she's still kicking it. She's still kicking it. Those are not queen cells. There's some a start of something. I'm not sure if it's queen cells or drone cells, but I'm still going to get this out of the way. Those are drones. There's drone larvae in that. I'll leave that down there, let the bees take care of it. Yeah, I'm gonna put a honey super on this one. There's enough bees in here that they could use a honey super just because they're fixing to be, yeah, they're fixing to be crowded, especially when all this brood starts hatching out. She's laying back in the hedge. There's just eggs and small larvae. So there's a queen cup and there's a queen cup. Nothing in that one. Nothing in that one. Man, my back is tightening up on me, and I don't need that to happen today. And I dropped my hive tool, so I don't. Yeah. I'm fixing to need some room. They're trying to put nectar up too, so yeah, they're going to get a honey super. They're getting a honey super. That one's almost full of honey, or full of nectar. So yeah, they're getting a honey super today. boy, oh boy. It's not easy to do without a hive tool. Okay. Looks like they've been trying to clean that up, maybe. They're putting up nectar in that one, so yeah, I gotta get them. I gotta get a queen excluder and a honey super on this one. Now I just put a honey super on those first hives that I put together from that I installed from the nukes, just because I didn't have time to get in them and check them. So I'm hoping that they I didn't mess up when I did that. Alright, this one's queen right. I need to go get a queen excluder and a honey super. This is not a good day to be doing this just because of my back. Ugh. Alright, there's a queen excluder. And there's the honey super. Alright, that one's good. Queen right. I really need to get down here and mow and weed eat. Let's see here. See how that works. Oh, this is the one with the double. Ooh, good gosh almighty. That one took off like a, goodness gracious. That one's full of bees. That one's full of bees. Wow. Double screen inner cover. Should have been turned around so they had a top entrance. Golly. I need to take the entrance reducer off of this one for sure. This one's definitely got enough bees to guard the entrance. There. Alright. I made that bunch mad too. This is a little more aggressive than the other ones. It seems to be anyway. Yeah, it's kind of a little unnerving sitting basically with you. Thousands of angry bees between your legs, pretty much. Oh gosh, it knocked it over again. Thing about knocking over my smoker is it usually messes it up. Okay. Nectar. This one's getting the honey super too. Yep, that one's getting the honey super. Wow, that one's heavy. That one's full of honey, that's why. Yeah, they need a honey super. That one's full of honey. And some of it's not capped, but this is, yeah, that's full of honey. They're getting a honey super. I don't want to get them honey bound again like I did last year. That was my whole problem with not having enough bees. I don't see nothing in that. There's some bee bread. Bee bread. I don't see any eggs in either one of these frames. No queen cells, just some burr comb. Okay. A lot of burr comb in this hive, but with those, with that double screened inner cover, I'm gonna leave it. It doesn't fit just right either. Okay, we got. Yeah, she's laying back in that one. There's some pretty old larvae. It's not capped yet, but at least she's laying back in it. That's all. She's laid back in all that. I'm not sure. That may be one of the frames that I put in there. 1, 2, 3. No, this is one of the ones that came out of the nuke, I'm pretty sure, because they were in the middle. But she's laying back on the outside of the brood pattern, so she's in there somewhere, or has been. Let's see if I can. This is another one of his frames, because this is an acorn frame too. That one's heavy. God, that's heavy too. Wow, look at that brood pattern. Okay. Some drone brood on the bottom of the frame. I don't see the queen yet. She's laying back. I can see eggs and the larvae around the outside of the brood pattern. And it looks like it's just starting to hatch out. Oh, come on. Really would like to see that queen. I think there was one of these nukes that I didn't actually see the queen on, but I knew that she was in there because of the eggs and the larvae. And so I really would like to find her. This I know is his because I don't have any white. I don't have any white plastic frames. So this is one of his white plastic frames that came in the nuke. So yeah, that one's. Uh-oh. There she is right there. But they're starting to put nectar back in that one. I may end up having to do some creative maintenance on this. I may end up having to where'd she go? She probably went to the other side of the frame. But yeah, they're starting to put nectar back in there right there. So I got to put a honey super on this thing so keep them from getting honey bound. There she is right in the middle of the frame. Try to get some of this burr comb off of here. Hope she's looking for a place to lay because they need to get that honey out of there. That nectar out of the brood box. Brood nest. Just looking now, I'm just looking for brood and queen cells. Oh, brood, she's laying back in it, looks good. Yeah, that's all larva right there. So alright, they're starting to put nectar in there though. There's some nectar in there. I'm gonna have to get a honey soup around here today. I don't want them to get honey bound like they did last fall. Golly, that's brood heavy. That's not honey heavy. Golly, man. Yeah, okay. Good deal. I'm going to pull off all this burr comb. A lot of it's got drone brood in it. Oh. Some of that's so thick I may have to scrape it off. Get out of the way. Alright. Get rid of some of that drone brood on the bottom there. I don't see any little black dots on any of that drone, so hopefully my varroa count is not real high. I can see. What can I see? Well, I thought I saw some. I think I see some larvae down in there, but I'm not positive. I don't see nothing. All that's just hatched out. Maybe she's just hadn't got to it yet to lay back in it. And that should be pretty much honey on this one. Okay. They're still drawing out comb on that one. That one's almost all capped honey. So yeah, we gotta get honey super on this one right now. Get all my frames put back like they're supposed to be. And I don't have I forgot to bring my wax bucket that I use to keep my burr comb in. Golly. Yeah, that's the one that's got honey in it. Of course, right now, the way it's been raining, it's probably a good thing they had some of that in there. Okay. I'm gonna have to scrape some of this off of here too to put my queen excluder on. Alright, let me go get my queen excluder and my honey super and put that on there. Oh, my knees have been bad lately. I'm walking like an old man. Of course, I ain't as young as I used to be. Alright, there's a excluder and a honey super. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'd say they needed a little more room.